Even though we here at Grandpa's Kitchen are moving to a more heart-healthy and diabetic-friendly diet, please understand that we are not experts in the health industry. So before taking any of our recipes or product recommendations to heart, make sure that it doesn't rail against your diet that has already been established. And if you're uncertain, please see your healthcare provider. Any type of changes in your diet could cause health complications and or death. So cook smart and eat smart. Welcome to Grandpa's Kitchen, starring Grandpa, Cousin Cletus, Cousin Elmo, and your host, J. Bob. And hi, welcome to Grandpa's Kitchen. I'm your country cousin and host, J. Bob. That's spelled J period B-O-B. I can spell it. We interrupt this regularly scheduled program for this late breaking news. Straight from WKORN News Desk, here's J. Bob. Today, NASA said that they successfully launched yet another space shuttle up into outer space. What makes this so unique is the crew is totally comprised of hillbillies. That's right, welcome to the USS Hee-Haw, spreading, picking, and grinning through the cosmos. And if you look on a special note up in our upper right corner, there's our own Grandpa with banjo on his knee, bragging on share his homemade tonic with all them aliens. Yes, sir. And as good faith ambassadors, the crew from the USS Enterprise said that they would step in and do Grandpa's chores. Wasn't that nice of them? I don't know about that Spock feller there. I hope he don't try to do one of them Vulcan mind melters on Cousin Elmo. Not that anything would go wrong, of course. It's just Elmo ain't got a mind to melt. Speaking of Elmo, he proudly announces his new self-help book coming out shortly. It's titled, How to Milk a Cow and Not a Boo. Of course, I don't know how he could have read it, or wrote it, seeing he's as illiterate as the day is long. That boy confused his X, Y, and Z's with his PDQs. All right, well, that's all the news that we have so far. Let's have a word from our sponsor. Today's episode brought to you by Star Wars Pop-Tarts. Yes, Star Wars Pop-Tarts, with each Pop-Tart shaped like Han Solo and Carbonite. All of our Pop-Tarts has 8 essential vitamins and minerals, and are made with 100% Carbonite for that extra crunchiness. So the next time you're at your store, pick yourself up some limited edition Star Wars Pop-Tarts, brought to you by the good folks at Gagamole Industries. We're just having a space slam, that's all. Yeah. All right, well, if you like what you're seeing, won't you subscribe and hit the bell icon? If you want to, you give it a like. That's up to you. And if you want to, won't you feel free to share in the comments any questions you might have, or maybe you want to see something we might cook up later, okay? So the comment, and if you will, please share us on your Facebook and Instagram and Twitter or X, whatever it is now. And share us with your friends and family. Yes, sir. Today, we're going to be doing yet another continuation of using this one product that we've been using. That's flour tortilla wraps. Because they have bridged the gap for us. Like in episode 14, we made pizza using a flour tortilla wrap as the crust. Last episode 20, we made a chicken pot pie. Can we do more? Well, today is not so much just making the calzone and the crunch wrap, if you caught it in the title. It's to show off that this product that we just got doesn't work. And what product am I talking about? Is this little invention right here called the Crimpit. The Crimpit is really unique in the way it's designed. It's got these little teeth on it. And what you do is you put your flour tortilla wrap in here, fill it up half full around here, and then you crimp it over, and then you pop it open, and now you got a big pie. These come in all sizes for 6, 8, and then this one's for 10 and 12-inch tortilla wraps for burritos, really. So, enough jawing. Let's see if this product works, and does it get Grandpa's okie dokie. So, enough jawing, let's get cooking. All right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to need is a flour tortilla wrap. And of course, as before, we're going to still keep with the mission carb balance. Did a great job with the chicken pot pie. So we're going to take one flour tortilla shell and kind of in your mind, imagine it cut in half. I think I'm going to go this way. So cut in half, and up here, we're just going to take a knife and slit it 3 times. Just like we did the chicken pot pie. Just don't go all the way through. Just, about a couple inches and put about 3. That's good. That'll help vent. Now let's bring the piece of resistance, the Crimpit. Open her up. And I'm going to put the slitted side up by the yeller part. Down here in the black, I'm going to start folding this in just a little bit to give us some room. Yes, sir. Now, we're going to start off with some pizza sauce. We're going to use this Prego pizzeria style. We have come to like this stuff really good. And just do it like you do a pizza. Try to get it in there good as possible. Oh, yeah. The fun part about these kind of things, it's so fun to put it together and give them your little personal what have yous. Now, I'm going to do something that they normally wouldn't have recommended, but I'm going to do it just because, well, I like it a little more saucier, so I'm going to put a little bit up here. Not a whole lot. Just a little bit on the top. Now, I'm trying to avoid, and I didn't do such a hot job, see if I can clean that up. Around the edge, you want to leave bare as best as you can. So, we got the pizza sauce on. I forgot one little thing. Wouldn't you know? It always has to be something. Here we are. I'm going to start with some Italian seasoning. And put just a light sprinkling on the top and the bottom wherever the sauce is at. Put that off to the side. And now just start loading it up with your favorite pizza toppings. I'm going to put a little Parmesan Romano, however you say that. Get some there. I want to get some up here. Not real crazy. Well, now just start loading. We're going to use Hormel turkey pepperoni. This stuff's not bad, actually. And we just start layering it in. Just build it like you would a normal pizza. Unfortunately, these get folded up in that little baggie. And I'm going to put them in just like that. The nice part about this, the carb count's going to be low. Because you're not going to have a lot of carbs. I believe this turkey pepperoni is at 0. Yep. And we got turkey sausage we're going to put in. And it's pretty much at 0 too. Usually when it comes to meats, that's the case. So we're going to put in about the amount, 1 length worth of sausage. Don't need to get real crazy. But try to scatter that just a bit. Sometimes it does a good job, sometimes it don't. And now we're going to go with some vegetables. We got some mushrooms right here, and I'm going to go kind of light on them. I usually buy the pieces and stems because they're cheaper, and we're not looking for, something that looks pretty. Just does the job. Okay, we're done with those mushrooms. Let's get on with the rest of them, because I got to make 2 of these. And get some diced onions. Oh, yeah. Now, you want to use green onions, that's perfectly okay. All we had right now was white, but it'll work. There we go. And we got some green peppers. And we're going just a few green peppers. Boy, this is looking good, and I ain't even cooked it yet. That's always a good sign when your food looks good and you haven't even started frying it. There we go, that should be good enough. And the last step, everybody's favorite, I'm using fat-free mozzarella. I might add a little extra because there's not a lot of room in here. So you're not actually adding a whole lot because you ain't got much room. Okay, now I'm going to try to push some of the stuff away from the edge because the edge is going to get sealed up. And you don't want vegetables or meat or cheese getting in the way. A little bit more on this side. Oh yeah, there we go. That's good done. Now here's the trick. The manufacturers state that you need to use water around the edges when you seal it. Well, I found it didn't work if you saw the picture. What we did find that worked was egg beaters. And what we did was pour some of it in this leather hair bowl. I got a brush here. And I'm just going to brush it around the edge real good. All the way around. Do it over here as well. Got her all going. Now, the way I does it versus what they show in their little commercials, I'll just go ahead and flip this over. That way I know everything's aligned. Bring this down, then crimp it. Go around the edges, if you can see this real well, and press it down to help it seal, especially with the stuff that's sticking out. And then I'm going to push down real hard. Then I'm going to let it up, and there you go. One calzone ready for the oven. Now, I've preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Just gently pull it out. And I greased this up with some baker's joy, this regular pizza pan. And bam, there you go. We're going to bake this with one other for about 20 minutes. Well, hold on, we got one more step. I almost forgot. What's wrong with me? Tell you what, went through all that trouble and forgot the best thing you can do for this. Now we can find the brush. Here we go. Now, not the eggs. We're going to use melted butter, just like we did the chicken pot pie. And just smear butter. Brush on butter. Now, a lot of you would say, wouldn't the eggs be a better idea? I found with these flour tortilla wraps, they do better with butter. Now, hopefully this sealed up. So what I'm going to do, we're going to stop right here. I'm going to finish up a second one. We'll get them in the oven. We'll see you back in 20, 25 minutes. All right, like this. All right, it's been about 25 minutes, and there we go. Looking good. All right. Now, right here, look. It did leak a little bit. I'm not for sure how much that's going to be an impact, but it did pretty good. On this one, well, did leak down there and around here. So, well, the egg kind of worked with in a baking situation, but not so much or frying than it did that. So, no sugar reading on this one. We're just going to skip right on to the crunch wrap, just like this. Okay, we're going to stop right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to show you how to do it. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to put your tortilla shell in, fill it up with whatever you want to. This one on the crunch wrap, we made a Philly steak cheese crunch wrap. We put in grilled steak, onion, and peppers, but we use fat-free mozzarella because we want to keep the fats down. All right? Then we sealed it up, and all you got to do with a crunch wrap is get a skillet, put enough oil in there, and then you fry it on both sides until it gets brown. Okay? So, but we put a little extra special thing in there, and I want you to see these blood sugar results. They're quite shocking because of the extra side I put with it. So, let's get to that crunch wrap. And there you go. We got our Philly steak crunch wrap, and we made up Frenchy fries. Yes, sir. And there's a reason why we made these French fries. We're wanting to showcase it on the next episode. I don't want to give away too much right now, except for my one thing that'll show you, you don't have to fear taters. And there we go. We're getting our blood results. I'm starting at a 109. So I'm going to eat all this with some no sugar added Heinz ketchup. And we'll be right back in 2 hours or as fast as I snap. Like this. All right, now it's been a couple hours. Let's see what we got now. If I can get this thing to work. And we'll get these test results. I'm hoping for good numbers. Now remember, we had a 109. And now, the moment of truth. 104, we dropped 5 points. Just to go to show you, you don't have to fear taters. We'll follow all that up in a wrap-up just like, well, hold on a minute. And this meal was? Yum, yum. Oh, were they tasty. I'll tell you what, the calzone, if you notice on it, we put slits on it, but we didn't do that with the crunch wrap because we were baking the calzone, and those can have a habit of leaking out. Now, I'll tell you this on the calzone, where we thought it was leaking out, it's possibly that I got too much of the sauce up close to that edge, and it was we saw on the outside edge. All right, but it sealed up great. In fact, we only had dribbles. Let me show you. Right here on the corners, because those don't want to cook, because once you crimp it down, you get a big hole right here on the ends of that wrap, so you really got to work those edges. When it fried, it did a better job. I didn't have to fight it quite as hard. But the bacon one, you're going to have to put a lot of pressure down and crimp it around. It works. It gets Grandpa's seal of approval, and you can trust us on a recommendation because we are not sponsored. We don't make no money off this video, so we can sit here and tell you if it's a piece of junk or it's something that you'd want to try, all right? So the French fries was something I wanted to showcase on here because it's going to be on our next episode. Most diabetics and people on keto think they have to fear taters. No, you don't. You got to learn how to cook them. And on our next episode, if you can't tell by the t-shirt, we're going to do a keto fish and chips. And we'll show you how to make it to where you can have Frenchy fries and still maintain your blood sugar as we just showed you. Yes, sir. So until then, to all of you, we want to give you a big O salute! Brought to you by Low IQ Production.